in our school system, we don't teach kids how to manage their emotions. We don't teach them how to manage their finances, right? We don't teach them things that when they leave school, they're properly self-sufficient.
Sure.
Right? That they're sovereign beings, that they know how to manage themselves, that they take responsibility for themselves, that they are accountable, right? Instead, we put them in a system where they want everybody to be the same, like workers.
Yeah.
It's like they're training worker bees, right or wrong, but, follow your boss. You have an assignment, do the assignment.
Don't cheat.
Yeah, don't cheat.
No
right?
teamwork.
Like, be honest. And then if you're honest, they'll still punish you. Right? So my daughter goes to a charter school. Now, her school drives me up the wall for the mere fact that, like, everybody wins. Or be nice. So at school, they want you to be nice. How does that feel compared to being authentic? My daughter's school system is teaching all these kids to be nice and everybody wins, which is not reality. That's not life. Like, my daughter learns on the soccer field, you show up with a winning attitude, you want to win the game, otherwise why would you be there? But there's no guarantee you're going to win. So for me, when we look at life, that's the life that we have right now, that it's not fair. Like, you could put everything in, whatever, and it's not going to turn out that way. Great. So in our school system, we need to teach them, how do you manage that?
I agree.
Right? How do you manage failure? Because you need to fail to learn.
Sure.
You're not going to learn it by winning, right? So you need to make mistakes and be comfortable with making mistakes. And so that's what drives me up the wall, because anybody can memorize stuff and do a test. Anybody can.
Takes me a lot of work, but
right?
Yeah, that's not my way of learning, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what we do. We memorize
we can do it
for a test just to make the test, and then we move on to something else. It's the exact same thing, just a different test.
Yeah.
So there's all these little tests to keep you busy throughout the year to get you to the next grade.
Sure.
So if you play that game well, then you move up to like college, and then you move up to get a PhD, right? Yeah. But none of it means that you're smart.
You're right.
If my daughter was to leave school, she's going to 8th grade right now. If she was to leave school and was able to, like, manage her emotions, know about finances, like how to invest and how to do different things.
Sure.
And, know the importance of, like, saving, or the importance of what stocks are, or 401ks. That, I feel like that would really expand the individual.
Sure.
And that she would know, I've got this, I can handle this. I think that's what happens, right? People graduate and they're like, I don't know. Because they have no basic needs that they're taught.
So 2 things come to mind. I think school is valuable, right? Because if you don't have school, you don't know how to write, you don't know how to speak, right? You come across uneducated publicly if you don't. And my coach, so I've got an executive coach, his name is Cameron Harold. He did an amazing TED Talk about raising kids to be entrepreneurs.
Wow.
Right?
Love it.
Yeah. And so I saw that TED Talk like 10 years ago, and I'm like, when I grow a business and I can afford to hire him as my personal coach, like, he's going to be my guy, right? Because it resonated with me. And so last year we brought him on as my coach, and I've got a friendship with him, personal relationship. It's awesome, right?
Yeah.
Right? The power of visualization, right? I seen it. I'm like, he's going to be my coach, right? In this TED Talk, he specifically talks about an example in high school where, he was good at this, he was good at that, right? But he sucked at French, right? Because he grew up in Canada. And so what did the school system do? They're like, hey, parents, he's really not doing well in French. We need to get him tutors.
Right.
Right? So get the tutor. Tutor would come over, sit with him, and he still sucked at French, right? He didn't like it. It wasn't like his passion, right? But what he was really good at was public speaking, right? So why didn't the school system, and this is his words, not mine, instead of getting him tutors to teach him something that he didn't like, that he sucked at, why not take those same tutors and invest it into making him accelerate at the public speaking?
Yeah.
Right? Which he was way better at. And then he goes on to say, like, as a society, we condition people to success is you grow up and be a doctor and be a lawyer, right? But there's so many other roles that, people can be and be defined as successful.
Absolutely.
That's the way I've always looked at life too, because I knew as an early age I was going to be an entrepreneur. I was like selling blow pops out of my backpack in like 5th grade, right?
Yeah,
buying the juicy fruit gum from like Costco.
Yeah.
My mom would buy it for me for $3, and like when you add up 25 cents, I would make $5. So I'd make like, you know. So I've always had that mindset, but I agree about the whole school system.